This video will include all of the demonstrations done in class in relation to the chemical and physical change lab. So this is where you should go to watch all of them in order to fill out the lab. So do the pre-lab, then watch this to get all of the data, and then finish the lab. Okay, so I'm going to run through all the demos. Demo number 1 is ripping paper. So observations before, observations after. Demo number 2 is burning paper. So observations again before. You can make observations during for sure if you would like in terms of the change you're seeing. And then obviously you can make observations about the material once it's done burning after. Whew. So this is, well, you can picture, right, this is the material afterwards, is this kind of ash looking material. Demo number 3 is magnesium ribbon, which is this soft metal, in hydrochloric acid. And hydrochloric acid is an aqueous solution. I think I'm using 4 molar here. So observations before of the 2 materials. This is super flexible. And then this is the hydrochloric. You can obviously make observations during. One thing I will tell you in case you can't see it is there does seem to be smoke coming off or some kind of outgassing. Also, if you felt this, it gets a lot warmer than it was before. Okay, so observations during. And then you can also look at your material afterward. So that's what it looks like. Experiment number 4 is styrofoam in acetone. So you can take a look at the objects beforehand, right, and then during and after. So you can kind of see what's happening during. The material is definitely getting smaller and bubbles are coming off. And in the end, I still have a white material and still have my liquid. So chemical or physical and Y. Experiment number 5 is an A and B solution that I'll mix. So here is A, here is B. So you can see them beforehand. And then during and after. Make observations of that new material, chemical or physical, and Y. My next one, I think I'm on number 6. I'm going to do potassium iodide in with lead nitrate. So here are the 2 materials before, 2 clear colorless solutions. And then I'm going to put them in the same test tube so you can see them during and after. Okay, observations of that. One thing I do want to mention is this very, very cloudy material that was just made. That is what we would call a precipitate. So when we talk about solids being made in chemistry, that is what a solid looks like. We don't make solids like pens or something like super solid. We make powders, like you would think of like salt or baking powder. So that is what a precipitate looks like. Maybe I'm on number 7. It's going to be copper chloride in water. So water, and then you can see in this container, this is like a blue powder that I have in here. You'll see if I stir it up. I have a gigantic chunk left. But for the material that went, we would call this dissolving. I'll make observations after in relation to the dissolving and whether that dissolving is chemical or physical. For our next one, we're going to use this same solution, this copper chloride solution, and put aluminum foil in it. So observations before. Now Now, interestingly, the bubbles you're seeing on the surface is because aluminum foil is coated with something to help it from reacting with water and the things around it. So as those bubbles come off, that's when we see the copper chloride reacting with the aluminum. And you can see that it starts to look pretty rusty. Okay, so observations, and then chemical or physical in relation to this. Our next one is just bubbles. So beforehand, right? And then after. Uh-oh. And then after. So was that a chemical or physical change for my air and the bubble solution? Okay, chemical or physical. The next one I'm going to do is heating glass. So I have a Bunsen burner down here. I'm going to put this into the hottest part of the flame, which is the top part of the inner cone. Okay, and we're just going to heat it for a little while. Eventually, this will get hot enough that I can bend the glass. So is that bending and heating of glass a chemical or a physical change for this glass? The last demo I'm going to do is glow stick. So an observation of a glow stick before. After you break the glow stick, it looks like this. So based on what you see, chemical or physical.